You know me, folks. I always try to avoid sounding like a know-it-all, which is very hard to do because I do know it all. And I always try not to sound that way because I know it's not a character trait that people admire. People resent know-it-alls. People resent others that are so sure of themselves because you're not supposed to be that sure of yourself. There's so much gray area out there compounded by feelings that it's considered unreal to be in touch with what you really think. But I always am. And I'm telling you, I'm sitting here. What is this now? The second or third day in a row, I guess the second, where the drive-bys are obsessed with the White House and its reaction to criticism that it didn't go to the big rally on Sunday in Paris. We're now into year 7 of this regime, and it still amazes me, as your official know-it-all here behind the golden EIB microphone, that people do not know that this regime doesn't care what they think. And to the extent that the regime responds when the drive-bys get all caught up in something and want a reaction, to the extent the regime responds, it's just to feed the beast. It's not for anything the official or to convey an actual opinion, point of view, policy position, or anything of the sort. They didn't go because they didn't want to go. They had who Holder was there. They put him on an airplane to get out. Biden was there, but you wouldn't want to send him anyway. He might hijack the whole thing and start making fun of the way the Indians run the 7-Elevens. So you can't have him there. And Obama's not going to go to this thing because he's not going to be one of 40 or 44 people. And another reason he's not going to go to this thing, this regime still won't call this Islamist extremism. They still won't do it. And people are ringing there, why? I wonder why they won't call it Islamist extremist. I wonder why they won't do that, as though people don't really know why they won't do it. So we've now got the daily soap opera that is recycling a bunch of themes. Will they respond? Will they respond to our criticism? What will they say? Will they say it was a mistake? They already did say it was a mistake. And that was just to feed the beast. They don't think they made a mistake. It was calculated. They did it on purpose, the decision not to go. But the regime, as you know, the drive-bys have a lot tied up in the regime. The media takes a lot of its self-esteem from being like Obama. And the drive-bys, as all good politically correct people would have shown up. The drive-bys would have shown up to be in solidarity with the suffering, to join the victimization parade. They would have shown up and been there. And they think because they would have, Obama would have, because they and Obama are the same. But Obama didn't go. Obama went and didn't go. And the drive-bys, well, wait a minute. If he didn't go, why did we want to go? Well, we think we should have gone. That means Obama should have gone, so they're going to stay on it. So the regime has got to play footsie here with this never-ending quest to find out why they didn't go and why they won't call it Islamist extreme. We're into 7 years of this now. And the lack of understanding, or the lack of reporting that reflects an understanding. Maybe that's a better way to say it, because I don't know how anybody can't figure out who this is by now. I mean, how does anybody not, especially the drive-bys, have been covering the guy? Of course, they haven't been covering. They're the steno pool. Anyway, how are you, folks? It's great to have you here. Rush Limbaugh behind the... I don't know. I just get frustrated. You know me. I don't suffer fools well. And when I find myself either surrounded by purposeful wanton ignorance that is disguised as a media narrative, it just kind of frustrates me. That's all. And do my best here to see the humor in these kinds of things, but to watch this never-ending circle just continue to repeat itself as though it is part of a script. And essentially it is, an unwritten script anyway. The telephone number if you want to be on the program is 800-282-2882, and the email address lrushbo@eibnet.com. I got to turn something on here. I forgot. I have to activate a chat account. I forgot to do it before the program started because I was so relieved when I heard that Obama's going to host a summit on countering violent extremism on February 18th. Did you hear about this? Yeah. You're going to have a summit on it. That's exactly right. Remember the job summits? Oh, Millions of Americans have left the job market since those job summits. Obama's job summits were jobs-killing summits. And what else would they be? The people he brought in there to counter the job loss, a bunch of reporters and columnists in the New York Times, what do they know about it? The only thing you know about jobs at the New York Times is, do you accept the buyout and get fired or not? That's the extent of their knowledge about the job market.